Hey everyone, Dukin here with a real quick video. No intro, no fancy edits, just a video I wanted to get out quick to help you guys go flawless this weekend. I know it's Sunday, but you guys still have time, which is why I'm trying to get this out as fast as I can. Over the past month or so, I found it a little harder to go flawless. I think it's got to do with the player base kind of decreasing and the better players are sticking around. But this weekend, I'm off to a great start, and I think it's because we figured out how to play Asylum. A lot of the best teams you're going to come up against are snipers, even though this is a small map. They're going to rely on your team to peek sniper lanes and walk into their scopes for them to get picks and then push on you. If you don't play into that, if you rush the overtime point and sit on it, you can frustrate good teams and force them out of their comfort zone. So I'm going to show you guys an example. We were matched up against Munchgod and Lucky Dual Stars, two very, very skilled streamers and great snipers. Their whole team was running sniper in the last word, which in my opinion is a poor setup on this map. So our game plan from the beginning was to rush the overtime point and sit on it, knowing they'd be forced to challenge us eventually, and also knowing they'd have a difficult time doing so without shotguns. This is one of the easiest maps to lock down the overtime point, and you can expose that against teams that refuse to put their snipers away. So the point of this video is to show you how you can expose snipers on this map and lock down the overtime point to secure victories. A team of snipers will never challenge you for the middle room. They'll let you have it, and they'll try and get creative by moving around the map looking for angles. This is a huge advantage for you because it offers two viable ways to win. First of all, they always spread out and cover different angles, hoping you're going to make a mistake and expose yourself. When you identify that someone is isolated, which you will, you can rush them. So for example, that window across from the overtime point is a very popular place for a sniper to go for a pick when people are camping the overtime point. Her spot that she's going to here has no exit plan. So if you know someone's there, you just send two people to peek it and you can team kill her, which is what we're doing right here, as you're going to see. As mentioned, because they have to spread out to cover so many different angles, Munch and Afro aren't together or close to her. So once we're up a man, after we get her down, we all collapse on Afro and then we move over to Munch. The second advantage this gives you is they've basically handed you the overtime point on a silver platter. All you need to do is hold the point down and wait for overtime. They know they have to eventually rush you, or else you're just going to sit on the point and capture it. For that reason, if you want to use this strategy, trip mines with young Ahamkara Spine, lightning grenades with Armamentarium, and smoke grenades with the grass are a great class choice. Check the description for a link to the Asylum map callout so you understand what I'm about to say. When overtime comes, if everybody clogs up a choke point using your gear and grenades that I talked about just before, clog up A stairs, C stairs, and B stairs, and then focus your primary weapons towards the second floor ledge. There's nowhere that they can surprise you from. You can call it cheap and dirty, but it's effective. One more thing to consider is teams get their supers early in the game if the rounds are dragged out. You don't want to be caught in a situation where you're being rushed with supers all the time, which is another good reason to select a striker, night stalker, or gunslinger because they all have good shutdown supers. If you're going to win this way, you need to play more discipline than you've ever played. I'm going to show you a couple examples here of Deathbat getting picked. He was the first pick of the round 3 times in this game. He was sniped twice from window and once from A stairs. Notice how he's in the same spot every time. We ended up losing 2 out of 3 of those rounds, which stresses the importance of staying out of your opponent's vision. If a spot isn't working for you, you have to find a different spot to stay. I'm going to show you 2 spots here that I use to not get picked. Notice how I'm looking around, making sure there's no way to get a line on me. I recommend you do this wherever you are to make sure you aren't exposed. Also, stay crouched so you aren't always on the radar. There are more spots up top that you can go. The corner to the right of the bench in front of me under the TV is my favorite. You can actually sit on that bench and head glitch the boxes facing C side, which is a great line to stop a push from C stairs. Playing smart means not giving snipers an opportunity to get a pick. Playing disciplined is fighting the boredom. I don't enjoy waiting 2 minutes for overtime every round. I don't enjoy sitting in a corner waiting for someone to come to me. But that's the game. Our opponents are doing the same thing in their spawn. They're just waiting for a pick. We're just waiting for them to come to us. They're frustrated because we're not playing into their strategy, but they have to play into our strategy as soon as the 2-minute timer starts. Fight the urge, play smart, play disciplined. It's not always fun, but it works. Although I saw way more teams running only snipers with scouts and pulse rifles than I should have, you're obviously going to play teams that rush the overtime point just like you do. Use everything you have to fight them for the middle room. Come in with grenades, smokes, everything you can do to get an early kill or push them back. Rounds end very quickly this way. Think of every round as the beginning of a dodgeball game. Everyone rushes the middle ground, which is the middle room, for the overtime point, which represents the dodgeballs, because that's the key to winning. I'm going to show you an example here of my approach on both sides. Like I mentioned, Night Stalker is a great choice on this map, so I just run through, womble the main door every time if my abilities are charged, and then clean up kills if possible. Sometimes the other team pushes back. It just depends on the situation. It obviously doesn't happen like this every time. I showed you guys these clips because they were pretty textbook, but you get the idea. That's pretty much it, guys. Like, it isn't a guaranteed flawless or a foolproof way to win games, but I have personally found that I'm able to beat teams using this method that I wouldn't normally be able to beat on other maps or using different strategies on this map. A lot of top players rely on sniping to win at trials. So take that away from them and you're giving yourself a chance. Stay disciplined, stay smart, and make sure everybody is on board with the game plan. Good luck, my friends. Duking this out.